What's up, YouTube? Privileged ones, hello and welcome back to the channel for yet another Destiny 2 episode. In today's video, we are talking about the raid and items and contents in the raid that you can receive. So, we are talking about all of the leaks up to this point before Forsaken launches. So if you don't like leaked content, if you don't like spoilers, then spoiler warning right now. Make sure you walk away from this video. It will not hurt my feelings if you don't watch the video. But for any of you out there that do enjoy spoilers, let's begin. It all starts with a prison break made by Uldren Sov. We, Petrovenge, and Cade 6 go to the prison to stop what's going on. We find out that all the prisoners were released, and alongside that, chaos ensues. At the end of this encounter, Uldren Sov kills Cade 6, and we want to enact revenge. Our entire fire team wants to enact revenge, the tower wants to get revenge, and also the Vanguard wants revenge. We go out and set off against Uldren Sov with Petrovenge with help of Spider, one of the rulers of the Fallen. With this being said, then Uldren Sov goes to the Dreaming City, the homeland of the Awoken, and opens up the gates to the Dreaming City, which is going to release the raid boss. The raid boss then apparently kills Uldren Sov, where we can't enact our revenge, but we have to team up with Petrovenge and the Awoken to stop what's going to happen next. So we go down into the depths of the Dreaming City to the Ascendant Plane of the Hive to stop what is going to happen next, and that is going to be multiple boss encounters, the raid encounter, which is going to be the largest raid to date. If you're excited for this raid, then make sure that you're ready, because this is going to be a really challenging task in the first 24 hours to receive an exclusive emblem. With that being said, though, if you don't complete it within 24 hours, don't worry, there's a ton of loot to acquire, which we're going to go over right now. First item that I want to talk about is going to be the raid exclusive exotic. We all thought as a community it was going to be Wish Ender Bow. Wish Ender is going to be an exotic bow that can allow you to track targets through walls, but that is not actually going to be the case. In the previous leaks of yesterday, the only exotic that actually matches up with information pertaining to the raid is 1000 Voices. It's an exotic power weapon fusion rifle, and it acts more like a trace rifle, but it has some really interesting perks behind it. Remember, this is going to be a standard fusion rifle, not a trace rifle, but its two perks are Ahimkara's Eye. Charging this weapon unleashes a giant continuous beam of death, and then Unforeseen Repercussions. This weapon's beam superheats its targets upon impact, causing delayed explosions. So, the first perk is Ahimkara's Eye. Charging the weapon allows you to fire a continuous beam. This is how the fusion rifle is allowed to act like a trace rifle. Alongside this, the fusion rifle also has 0 charge time. The other really interesting perks behind it is impact and range being at 100%. The range is going to be a little broken, but that's okay. Stability is at 40 and handling is at 0, reload speed at 30, so it's not too overpowered. From there, the magazine size is only going to be 20, so it's not going to last for too long. Aim Assist, the hidden perks, Aim Assist and recoil direction and weapon size are both at 100%. And then Zoom is at 25%. So that's the hidden stats, but that is going to be the 1000 Voices. 1000 Voices also has a description that reads, "I can be anyone you wish, O murderer mine." That is going to be the description. Moving on to the rest of the items in this raid, though, it's going to get really interesting. Now that we talked about the exotic fusion rifle, 1000 Voices, and actually claimed that it's the raid exclusive exotic, I want to give you more proof. I want to go over the raid exclusive weapons, because each description on these weapons match up perfectly with 1000 Voices. Now, 1000 Voices description, once again, to refresh your memory, read, "I can be anyone you wish, O murderer of mine." Now remember that, the O mine part, the O mine is very, very crucial. Transfiguration is the legendary scout rifle in the raid. It reads, "Desires become reality, O wishbringer of mine." You see there? Now, if that's not proof enough, let's go over the remaining weapons and talk about this at the end. Next up, is the auto rifle, age-old bond. It reads, symbiosis, not predation, never predation, O wary one of mine. Nation of Beasts, the hand cannon, reads, I can show you how we were in our prime. You only need ask, O student of mine. Next up is going to be Shattering Bone, the pulse rifle. We have so much to discuss, O seeker of mine. Next up, Tyranny of Heaven. It was she that inspired me to imagine your destruction, O jailer of mine. And that is going to be the legendary bow. Apex Predator is last on our list, and that is the SMG, and it reads, is it you or I that tops the food chain, O challenger of mine? So we have a pattern here, O something of mine, which is going to pertain to names of specific things. And that matches up perfectly with 1000 Voices, so now we can actually confirm that 1000 Voices is the raid-specific exotic. But there's a little bit more to go off of there. If we actually can match up these specific names with things or creatures or people, then we can also speculate, and this is just speculation right now, not confirmed or denied by Bungie or anyone. I'm just making this up as I go because of previous knowledge of Destiny's universe in general. If these can match up to specific things, then maybe there are 7 boss encounters in the raid. If that is true, that would be absolutely mind-blowing because that would double the Kingsfall raid, and it would be absolutely a challenge to try to complete the entire raid within 24 hours. Could you imagine trying to go through 7 boss encounters to complete the raid in the first 24 hours to be able to get a exclusive emblem? There are only going to be a set few people that can even do this. That is absolutely insane. Moving on from there though, we've got a couple more items to go over, and I'm going to be putting up the entire armor set right now of the Hunter. We only have the Hunter, the Warlock and Titan are missing, but this is going to be the Hunter's Great Hunt set. So, with that being said, we've got the helmet there, we've got the cloak, we've got the chest piece, the gloves, and the boots all sitting there with its glory. And next to that specifically is also a temp icon for the Dreaming Spectrum shader. Yes, there is a shader for beating the raid, so that shader is going to be there as a placeholder for right now because we have no image for it. I wish we did so we could know at least what colors were actually a part of the raid. But then again, we can take the weapons that we previously looked at and we can confirm that the colors of the raid are going to be a white, gray, purplish color, and red. That is going to be the colors of the raid. So if you take those colors and you apply them to the armor set that you're looking at, you can kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like. Next up though are the last 3 items I want to talk about, and that is going to be the Wishmaker Ghost Shell. And yes, it is pretty awesome looking. And alongside that, it has a description that reads, for ghosts who guardians dared to dream. Last Wish Raid is the source, obviously. And yes, that is going to be our ghost shell moving forward from the raid. Then we also have Ermine TAC 717, which is going to be a ship rebuilt from blueprints carried into the system from a lost singularity. The ship looks really interesting, and honestly, can't wait to get my hands on it from the image itself. I really wish we actually could see the image of the entire ship flying in orbit, but we don't have that content, so I can't show you it. Next up is Cleansing Knife, which is going to be the Sparrow of the raid, and it reads, to clean a festering wound, you must cut away the rot. And there you have it. That is all the information so far of the content in the raid, and also speculation to how many boss encounters there will be, along with weapons. So maybe to each encounter, there is a specific weapon to acquire. That would be really interesting and really exciting. Nonetheless, though, there's a lot of content to delve into on Forsaken, which is releasing today. So if you're excited, make sure you hit that like button. And also, if you want to keep up to date on news and information, I'm going to be releasing content like a madman. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see every single one of you in the next video. Stay violent, be privileged.
I want to kill whatever evil has crept into the Dreaming City.